everyone, so I wanted to make a video to help you and your students tonight as you were progressing through some of the long division with the area model. So in this video I'm going to show you how to work this problem 345 divided by 15 using this area model. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box here, and that's going to represent the total quantity. So the total quantity here is 345, and I'm trying to figure out how many times I can fit the number 15 into 345. So I'm going to start by looking at 15, and I see here that this is a number with two place values. So I'm going to go ahead and look here at the number 345, and I see that the first two numbers here are 30 and 4, so I need to figure out how many times I can fit 15 into here without going over 34. So I'm going to start by writing my math facts down here. Well, if I did 15 times 1, that's 15. But I know that this number needs to end in a 0, so I'm going to multiply this 15 times 10, and that gives me 150. Well, this is still too small. It doesn't get me close enough, so I'm going to move on. Let's do 15 times 2. Well, I know that 15 times 2 is 30. And 15 times 20 to go ahead and put me into an area where I could go ahead and finish up at that hundreds place. I need to do 15 times 20, which gives me 300. So we're going to try one more number today. I'm going to try that 3. So 15 times 3, well, I know that this is 45. And again, I need to make this number end in the hundreds. So if I did this, 15 times 30, that gives me 450. Well, looking at this, the closest that I'm going to get is if I was to go to 300, because if I use this 45, that goes over 34. So let's go ahead, we're going to write 20 on the top. Now, at the very beginning, I told us that we were going to be using inverse operations to go ahead and solve. So I'm going to do 15 times 20. And I know that 15 times 20 was 300. So I'm going to write that right below. And now I'm going to subtract these two numbers. So 345 minus 300, that gives me 45. All right, but I'm not done quite yet because I have this remainder of 45. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this line down, and I'm going to drag this 45 up to the very top. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put 45 here, and when I see this line, that tells me that I'm adding on another box. So I'm going to use my operation symbol for addition to go ahead and mark this. Well, I already have my math facts here, and if I look, I need to get this 15 into 45. Well, here I see 15 times 3, so I'm going to put a 3 on the very top, and now I'm going to multiply. So 15 times 3 was 45, and I'm going to do 45 minus 45. That brought me 0. So I'm back down to 0, and none of these problems tonight should actually have any remainder, so your student should be able to go ahead and work this all the way through. So if I look, I now have 20 plus 3. Well, that gives me 23. So the answer to this problem, 345 divided by 15, is 23. But just in case I wanted to go ahead and double check myself, I could go ahead and multiply to make sure that I end up with that original number, 345. So 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. I need to go ahead and add my 0 placeholder, and I know that 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2. So now I can add these up, and I get to 345, which tells me that I was correct. I hope that this helps. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out on Dojo, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.